Claude skills are getting more powerful day by day, but most people are still using them at their lowest potential. I spent weeks building skills, breaking them, and fixing them to figure out exactly how to push Claude skills to their actual limit. So here are the 5 methods that actually turn your basic Claude skill into the most powerful tool in your Claude. Most beginners skip the description. They write the rules, they write the instructions, they spend hours on the skill, and the description is just an afterthought. But here's the thing, if the description is wrong, Claude never reads any of that, not a single line. Let me show you what I mean. Every skill has 3 loading levels. Level 1 is just the name and description, always loaded, every single conversation, no matter what. Level 2 is the full skill.md body, only loads when Claude thinks the skill is relevant. Level 3 is your scripts and reference files, only opens when Claude specifically needs them. Claude decides whether to open level 2 based only on level 1, just the description. If it doesn't match what you typed, Claude skips the skill. Your instructions never get read, dead before it starts. Claude has a natural tendency to skip skills when not sure. Let me show you where skills actually live. Customize in the left sidebar, then skills. You can see my YouTube script skill is installed, toggle is on, active. Now watch what happens when I type a real prompt. Let me open a fresh conversation and I will type this prompt. Got some stuff for a YT vid about Claude skills. Let me know what you think. Sending that now. And look, Claude just answered structure. Scroll through this. No skill. The skill is active. We just saw it. Claude completely ignored it. That is a dead skill. Let me go to Customize, Skills, and open this skill. Zooming in on the description here. This is the only thing Claude read before deciding to skip my skill. Not the rules, not the instructions, just this. And right now, it's missing how real people actually type. I'm going to add every casual, real way someone might ask for this. How people actually type. Adding those phrases and saving. Same skill, same rules, just the description updated. Running the exact same prompt again now. Got some stuff for a YT vid about Claude skills. Let me know what you think. Same words, completely different result. Skill triggered. The description is the on switch. Write it like Claude needs convincing, because it does. Second reason this matters, tokens. If you put everything in skill.md, Claude loads all of it. Every conversation kills your context window fast with many skills installed. Keep level 1 under 150 tokens, level 2 under 500 lines. Heavy content in level 3, Claude only loads those when it needs them. One builder cuts skill bloat 89% with just this change. All right, method 2, and this one is simple, but most people have no idea this is even a thing. The biggest mistake is building one big skill instead of micro skills. For example, imagine you have a content creation skill. Inside that one skill, you've crammed everything: research, script writing, hook writing, formatting, all in one place. What this does is make Claude confused. It has to hold every single job in mind and guess which one you need right now. The more jobs you put in one skill, the worse Claude performs at all of them. Instead, you split it. Same workflow, but now each job has its own skill. Let me show you. This is my viral scriptwriter skill. 446 lines. Hook writing, format analysis, competitor research, 5 completely different jobs, one file. Every prompt I type, Claude has to hold all 5 in mind and guess which one I actually need. And when it gets that wrong, output is off. Worst part, you have no idea which of the 5 jobs broke it. So here is how you split it. Hit this plus button. You get 3 options. Click Write Skill Instructions. A simple form opens. Skill name, description, and instructions. That's it. I name this one Viral Hook Writer. Add a description of when to use it. Then I paste only the hook writing section from my original skill into instructions. Nothing else. Just that one job. Hit create. Done. One micro skill. Instead of creating micro skills manually, you can have Claude generate them for you. Here's how. Open a new conversation and send this prompt. Read this skill and split it into separate micro skills based on use case. For each micro skill, give me the name, description, and instructions separately so I can create them one by one. Claude will read the full skill and break it down into focused micro skills. From there, you review the list and pick which ones you actually want to create. Tweak anything before building, then select the ones you want and let Claude create them one by one. Test each one after creation. Now that we have our 2 micro skills, let's put them to the test. Write me a short 60-second script about Claude skills for YouTube Shorts, and give me a batch of 5 content ideas around the same topic. Look at that. 2 skills fired on 1 prompt. Viral Hook Writer wrote the short script opening. Content Batch Producer gave me the 5 content ideas. I didn't tell Claude which ones to use. I just typed naturally, and it figured it out on its own. That is what chaining looks like. The rule is simple. If your skill does different things depending on what you ask, split it, always. All right, method 3, skill creator. So skill creator, it is literally a skill that builds other skills for you. For example, if I want to create any skill, like a YouTube script writer, a viral hook writer, or anything, I just tell skill creator what I want and it generates it for me. That simple. Now to install it. You cannot do it through Claude.ai directly. Because skill creator is a full folder with multiple files inside, you need Claude code for that. So to install skill creator, first open VS Code. Make sure you have the Claude code extension installed. Then access the extension. Type /plugins, then hit enter. You will see the plugin menu open up. Type skill in the search. Scroll down. You will find skill creator right here. Click install, then install for you. That's it. Now restart Claude code. Go back to plugins, check installed, and you can see skill creator is right here, enabled and ready. We have successfully installed skill creator. All right, so now let me create the skill. First, go to the chat bar inside Claude Code, and here we will paste our prompt. So what I am building here is a YouTube script writer for my channel. And one important thing, when you are building a skill, give Claude as much context as possible. The more context you give, the better the skill becomes. Also make sure you add this line at the end of your prompt. This line is important. It tells skill creator to interview you before writing anything. Without it, it just guesses. And look, it is asking me questions. Body structure, hook style, script length, tone. It is collecting everything it needs before writing a single line of the skill. I am going to answer each one with my real workflow. The more specific your answers here, the better your skill performs. Now in around 2 to 3 minutes, Claude Code will generate your complete skill. And if you look at it, it looks perfect. But here is the twist. This skill is not fully ready yet. It works, but it is not perfect. To make it perfect, we need to iterate on it. And that is exactly what method 4 is about. All right, method 4. Skills are rarely perfect on the first try. When Skill Creator generates a skill, it is basically making its best guess from your prompt. It builds something good, but not fully optimized yet. To unlock the full potential of your skill, you need to test it in different scenarios, and based on that results, you have to upgrade your skill. Let me show you. So I have created this eval prompt. Let me explain what it does. I am telling Claude to run 5 different test variations on our YouTube scriptwriter skill, all on the same topic. And I have given it 5 specific criteria to evaluate against: script structure, body flow, tone, word count, and production tags. This is important. If you do not give Claude the criteria, it just guesses what to test for. Always define what good looks like. So this is my prompt. I have given it the topic name, evaluation criteria, and the goal of the test. Let me send that. And now it spins up 5 agents, running all 5 variations at the same time. We just wait. After a few minutes, we got the result. 4 out of 5 tests passed all 5 criteria with the skill. Without the skill, the same prompts averaged only 2 out of 5. The skill is doing its job. Structure and production tags, B-roll, speaker notes, section headers. 0 baseline runs ever produced those. That is the clearest sign the skill is working. But look at this one. Eval 4, tutorial framing prompt. Failed on word count. Ran 146 words over the 2,250 limit. And here is why. When the prompt uses words like tutorial, how to, or step by step, Claude naturally writes longer. The skill has a word count self-check instruction, but it is not enforcing it tightly enough. That is what we need to fix. So I go into the skill and I add a hard limit, not just a guideline, a hard ceiling. I add this line right at the top of the word count section. And if you don't know what the problem is, you can ask Claude Code directly to fix it. Maximum 2,250 words, no exceptions. And specifically for tutorial framing, set the internal ceiling at 2,100 to give a buffer. Now let me run the eval again. And now eval 4 passes. 5 out of 5. One round of testing found the problem. One targeted fix solved it. That is the loop. Test, spot the failure, fix it precisely, test again. Keep doing this until every variation passes. Your skill gets sharper every single round. All right, method 5. And this is the best way to upgrade your skill. Make it improve itself over time. We can set up our skill so it gets optimized automatically. No manual work. There is a new thing called auto research by Andrej Karpathy, one of the founding members of OpenAI. And what it does is simple. You give Claude your skill and a way to measure if the output is good. Claude makes a change, tests it, keeps it if the score improved, throws it away if it did not, and tries again, over and over. Now let me show you how to set this up. So setting up the system is pretty simple. Open your VS Code and select the YouTube scriptwriter skill we just created. Now I will tell Claude Code two things: the auto research repo from Andrej Karpathy and my eval criteria. So first, let me explain what eval criteria is. These are basically the rules Claude uses to judge whether the skill output is good or bad. For our YouTube script skill, I have 5. Does the script follow intro, body, outro structure? Does the body follow concept, demo, use cases? Is the tone conversational with no corporate language? Is the word count between 1,500 and 2,250 words? Are B-roll and speaker notes included? Simple yes or no questions. That is it. Now I will give Claude this prompt, and then you simply hit enter. Claude Code takes over from here. Look at that. All 3 variations passed all 5 criteria on the very first cycle. 5 out of 5 across the board. And even variation 3 with step-by-step framing stayed under 2,250 words, because we fixed the word count rule in method 4, and that fix carried forward automatically. Now in my case, the skill was already in good shape, so there was nothing major to improve, and that is actually a good sign. It means method 4 did its job well. But here's the thing, the more complex your skill is, the more valuable this becomes. If you are building a skill that does deep research, generates full reports, handles multiple content formats, that kind of skill has way more room for failure and way more to optimize. Auto research will keep running, keep finding the weak points, and keep fixing them automatically, round after round. And that is all 5 methods. If you are a builder and want to connect with people doing the same thing, join our community. The link is in the description. If you found this useful, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.